Okay, naka-join na ba lahat? Tingnan natin kung nakailan na ba tayo dito. $39, meron pang 5. 6, wala pa ngayong 6. Okay, so meron tayo ditong lectures na naka-add dito. So bale, this is part of the first discussion natin, which is introduction to refrigeration system. But before that, we will be discussing the core syllabus muna para meron kayong overview. Okay, so the copy of the syllabus was already uploaded in our Google Classroom at saka yung unang lecture natin. Nakita na ba? Nakita nyo na ba?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay, so let me share my screen na for our core syllabus natin is. Okay, so okay ba ang audio ko before start? Okay ba yung audio?
Yes po.
Yes po.
So again, our course title is Refrigeration System. Ano? And then yung prerequisite subject natin is yung heat transfer. So, ang heat transfer, ang alam kong prerequisite na subject na is thermo 1 and 2 ata. So, mostly, yung mga mass balance and energy balance, so dapat alam nyo din siya before tayo mag refrigeration system. And then yung mga heat exchanger, so dapat alam nyo din ng mga paano siya i-compute, ano yung functions ng different components. So, ayun. Hindi ko pa lang ito na-edit, but yung laman naman yan is same lang for the course rationale and description. The study of refrigeration system is considered an essential part of the academic training of mechanical engineering students. So this offers an ideal way of employing the gain knowledge in the application of refrigeration system. So refrigeration applications are generally based on vapor compression system and represent a significant contribution to global climate change. So before kasi, parang hindi pa masyadong napapagbawal, kumbaga hindi pa natetest masyado that there is a greater impact, that is a worst impact sa environment yung paggamit ng ibang harmful substances na refrigerant. So as the refrigeration systems develop, so there are lots of studies showing that the use of some refrigerant is really harmful in the environment. So that's why there are codes and regulations, or standards that manage to check what refrigerants are safe to use. So madami ng refrigerant na ginagamit dati that ngayon is ipinagbabawal na. Okay? So yan, kasama yan din sa mga i-discuss natin. So those harmful effects sa environment ng refrigerant and how are you going to identify which refrigerant to use based on the standards and standards related to the GWP or amount of the OTP ng isang refrigerant. So while refrigeration is instrumental to the development of humanity, it is predicted that an increase in the number of refrigeration applications will worsen the issue of climate change. So hence, energy efficient systems with a lower contribution to global warming are required. So in the last years, the research and development of new working fluid technologies and methodologies have provided an opportunity for the transition from vapor compression system based on fluorine fluids to more sustainable alternatives. So a detailed understanding of even the simplest vapor compression cycle requires knowledge of mass and energy balance, which is at the frontier of the current science. So this is our 3 hours lecture. And for the criteria of assessment, we have the problem set, the midterm examination, the sign project, and the final exam. So problem sets is 20% of your grade, midterm exam is 25, final exam is 25, and the design project is 30% of your grade. So for the TLA, active learning, so done through Google Meet and face-to-face classes. So this entails active participation of students in the learning process during the discussion of each topic. So related learning activities will be provided through online platforms such as problem sets and design exercises. So for collaborative learning, it can be facilitated where students will work together as a team on capstone design project. So in this project, students can produce each part of the design project individually and then come up with the final group project report. So yung groupings natin, hindi depende ko pa kung gaano kadami yung student din, and also dun sa iba na instructor na may handle ng same subject kung ilan yung members nila per group for this design project. So for capstone, the refrigeration system design project will be assigned that will allow you to work in teams and develop their skills in solving open-ended problems. So design project guidelines will be provided to serve as reference in the preparation of this requirement. So all of that naman will be provided kapag ka mag-start na kayo for the design project. So major exam, just make sure na kayo ay present during the exam. Kasi an excuse, hindi siya pinapayagan for special exam. So, yung mga, kung hindi talaga maiiwasan, ang pinapayagan lang natin is medical certificate. Yun lamang. And then, for the video presentation, this is part of the design project. So, you will be preparing a video presentation that discusses the parts of the design project. So, synchronous pa din siya, although magpe-prepare na kayo ng presentation pa ahead of time para if ever na meron tayong mga technical difficulties, hindi na siya makaubos ng time natin during presentation. So lahat ng yun is uploaded na sa isang drive, yung mga videos para papanoodin na lang natin, and then question is synchronous siya gagawin. Is that clear? Any question dito? So for the ILO natin, ILO 1 to 4 tayo dito. So the first one is to apply the knowledge of mass and heat transfer to solve problems in refrigeration system. So analyze problems involving different types and components of refrigeration system. Next is to evaluate open-ended engineering problems in a refrigeration system, which involves critical evaluation. And then the last one is you're going to develop a complete design of a cold storage, pwedeng ice plant, or industrial application of refrigeration system. So, hindi naman kayo mangangapa dito kasi every time naman magkakaroon tayo ng mga discussion, and as early as our introduction to refrigeration system, madidiscuss na natin yung different application of refrigeration system if you're not that familiar pa. Kasi mostly, ang alam pa lang natin is yung gamit natin sa bahay or yung mga industrial like cold storage, but there are a lot of applications that where you can base your design project also. Okay? So, ito namang assessment method and distribution map. Same lang din naman siya that your midterm and final exam is 25-25. So, 50% of your grade. Problem set is 20, and then the design project is, again, 30%. So, we have here several authors and references for books and articles. So if ever that you wanted to read more about the topic that is related, for example, sa inyong design project, or just want to have more information about the topic, then you can browse this textbooks and other books and articles. Okay, so this syllabus naman was already uploaded sa Google Classroom. So pwede nyo na yung tingnan doon. So as for the grading system, you're all familiar with this one. Ito lang is yung kapag ka naka-receive kayo ng INC, so yan ay pass or fail na. So paano, hindi ko alam paano siya idadagdag. If for example, 74 yung nakuha mo, may nagtatanong kasi pag ganon. So kapag once na hindi ka pumasok doon sa 75 and above, so we will, tapos nakuha mo 72, 74, dyan, then you will receive a grade of INC muna. So once you take the removal exam, saka lang kayo magkakaroon ng marka 5 or 3, pass or fail. No? So wala na yung dadagdagan kung saan idadagdag yung scores kasi yun yung nakalagay na din dito sa ating syllabus. So mas okay na, mas maaga, malinaw na yun. No? So for the class policy naman, attendance was not part of the grading system. No? Pero ano namang isasagot nyo sa exam kung kayo ay liban, di ba? So, hindi man siya part ng grading system, wala man siyang percentage doon sa 100% for the subject. Just make sure to always be present para wala kayong makaligtaan na lesson. And at the same time, yung ating total unexcused absences shall not exceed 10%. So, yung 10% mataas na yung 6 hours doon. So, Luzal, if ever na merong makalampas ng for me, para ma-warningan natin yung student na yon. Okay, so ano mangyayari if you exceeded the total unexcused absence of 10%, edi 5 na kayo. Kaya palagi strict ako sa attendance, kaya lagi akong magtatanong sa class monitor about that, and I will also require result to present a Google Sheet then for the attendance, list of attendance. And then for the mis-examination, since this is already scheduled as of the moment, then bago pa mag-start, nasa syllabus yung schedule natin. Most of the time, na-adjust siya week before, so naging week 8 or 17. So you have to be prepared pa din. So wag na lang umabsent during exam kung kakayanin. So alam niyo naman to, academic dishonesty, so make sure lamang na mind your own paper lang sa exam. So dropping is your responsibility. Kung madami na kayong absent before midterm exam, hindi pwede na kayo mag-file ng dropping form. And then if hindi naman, hindi kayo nakapag-file, tapos absent kayo ng absent, then you will receive a grade of 5. Okay, I hope clear tayo doon sa mga yon. May question pa ba?
Wala naman po.
Okay. So now let us move on to the topics. So we have several chapters here. So yung iba naman is magkakasama sa kada week kasi sobrang haba din ng mga discussions natin dito. So actually itong multi-stage, di ko alam kung ba't isang week lang yung nakalagay. Ito pala 3. 3 week siya kasi talagang mahaba yung discussion natin dyan. And most of the time din, meron tayong time for design project. Pero, yun talaga is sa inyo na din manggagaling. yung time na yon kayo na din yung magpo-provide. Mahirap kasi na mag-provide pa tayo ng time na babawasin pa natin doon sa time na meron tayo during discussion kasi madami tayong topic. But I will give you time siguro to collaborate with your group pero hindi buong time. Mahirap din kasi 3 hours lang yung assign sa atin per week and then sobra nating daming di-discuss. So chapter 1 is Introduction to Refrigeration System. So ito yung di-discuss natin today. And the next one is, ang i-discuss natin next is the refrigerant. Okay, then susunod natin tong standard and actual vapor compression cycle, then the refrigeration system and components. Ayan. Discuss lang natin main topic, itong mga subtopic na to, part na naman siya ng discussion. So hindi nyo din naman siya ma-digest pa ngayon. So yun muna. So yung problem set naman natin, as you can see, it's on week 8, ipapasa. Pero gagawin nyo na yan every meeting. Kumbaga, if ever na meron tayong discussion, need problem solving, so kasama na yun dun sa task na gagawin. And then that is to be submitted next week naman. So ngayon pinagawa, next week submission. Bale yung week 8 allotted doon is for, actually hindi na siya nasusunod kasi yun nga, every meeting na, doon na lang nagsasubmit ng problem set. So, madalas din minsan, yun nga, nagiging week 8 na yung ating midterm exam, tapos week 17 naman yung final exam. So, nako-cover lang din siya doon sa change of schedule. Okay? And then, after that is the topics naman for final. After that is midterm exam na, and then topic for final is the multi-stage refrigeration system. You have the absorption, refrigeration, air cycle, special topic in refrigeration system, which include the steam jet, cryogenic, ultra low temperature application, biomedical application, cryogenic refrigeration, and all that. So all of these topics must be finished, pero yung iba dito hindi talaga namin naaabot. So by the way, I already handled the subject. Ilan na ba? 3 ngayon. So kaya alam ko na medyo mahirap talaga siyang tapusin kasi sobrang lawak talaga niya. So kung ano yung parang main, yung kailangan natin, yun lang yung di-discuss natin. So any question regarding our course syllabus? Question, clarification? May tanong pa ba?
Wala naman po.
Okay, are you sure?
Wala na rin po.
Yes po.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll give you time to browse the lecture muna and then we'll start the discussion para at least ma-digest nyo naman yung ating kumbaga yun yung course syllabus natin para may konting break muna. Matatapos din naman natin tong lecture natin for 1.5 hour. So let's again begin our class at 3:15, no? Okay, so hanggang 5 naman tayo. So at least, ayan, tingnan ulit yung syllabus kung may question. If ever naman naging question, ask lang later. And ano po ba? Ayan, so mababasa nyo na naman din yung lecture natin. Andito naman siya. So pwede nyo tayong basahin. Pero di-discuss din naman natin siya ngayon. And then nga pala, Lozelle, I'll be asking na din link kasi matatapos na din tong time na to. Link, pa-share na lang sa GC, then doon na lang tayo mag-join after. Or mag-join doon sa 3:15 class natin. Malinaw ba tayo doon? Is that clear?
Yes po.
So yung i-share ni Lazal na link, i-add ko na lang din doon sa classroom natin. Doon sa settings pwede nyo doon tingnan para makopy kayo ng or kaya ipin mo na lang ng Lazal doon sa GC natin. So yon, if wala na questions, see you later at 3:15. Okay, so the first topic that we will discuss in refrigeration system is its introduction. So this covers introduction and terminologies, Carnot cycle, system and practices. We also have the components and equipment. We have the different applications and codes and standards. So those are the topics that is part of this introduction to refrigeration system. So by the end of this lecture, you will have a comprehensive understanding of the fundamental concepts of refrigeration systems, including key terminologies, the Carnot cycle, system components and practices, and applications across various industries. So, as part of the introduction and terminologies, kung makikita nyo yung isa kong lecture na in-upload din dun sa ating Google Classroom, no? Meron dun na separate PDF file for terminologies, terms and terminologies. Nasaan nga ba yun? Ay, wait. Yan. So, meron tayo ditong terminologies of refrigeration system. Okay. So, bale, hindi natin i-discuss yung PDF na yun kasi that is mostly terminologies naman. Just make sure that before going to our face-to-face class next week is natapos ninyo siyang basahin. Okay? So, itong mga nandito na terminologies or some terminologies that is used in this lecture pa lang. But for the whole terminologies for the refrigeration system, dun yun sa kabilang PDF file natin. To sa isang lecture that is pure terms lamang. So, as part of the introduction, ano nga ba yung ating refrigeration system? Ano yung ating refrigeration system? Ano pag sinabing refrigeration? Okay, so for example, meron kayong cup of coffee, no? Nasa mga, sabihin natin, 70 degrees Celsius, yung temperature ng cup of coffee. So if you leave it in a table, no? After some time, it will reach its thermal equilibrium to its surrounding. But it will never have a temperature which is lesser than the surrounding. Kung nandiyan lang naman siya sa lamesa, iniwan mo lang siya doon. So, ibig sabihin, after some time, so mamimit niya yung, or magkakaroon ng thermal equilibrium to its surrounding, but not a temperature lower than the surrounding. Okay? But when we say refrigeration system, so it is removing heat from a space. So this is, again, a process of removing heat from a space or substance to lower its temperature. Take note, kulang yan, a temperature below its surrounding temperature. So, ibig sabihin, cup of coffee, pag nilagay mo siya sa ref, so for example, nasa table pa lang siya, it reaches the thermal equilibrium to its surrounding, reaching, for example, 25 degrees Celsius. But if you place it inside a refrigerator, then it will lower its temperature up to a temperature kung ano yung desired temperature sa loob, kung ano yung na-maintain na temperature sa loob ng refrigerator. Okay, so that is the main function of refrigeration system. So it lowers or remove heat from a substance that lowers its temperature that is much lower than its surrounding temperature. So, ibig sabihin, magiging 10 or 5 degrees Celsius na yung coffee mo if you place it in the refrigerator. Kasi if you leave it doon lang sa table, it will never reach 5 degrees Celsius kasi wala ka namang system na, kumbaga, spontaneous lamang yon that it reaches the thermal equilibrium because, yung heat transfer from hot to cold. Is that clear? So, ibig sabihin, yung 60 degrees or 70 degrees coffee natin, if we leave it there, so hanggang sa mag-30 siya. So, from hotter to colder, yung heat transfer natin. But if we use a refrigerator or refrigeration system, we can achieve a much lesser temperature, that is lower than the surrounding temperature. Is that clear? Okay, so we have different applications naman of the refrigeration system. So, ano ba yung mga iba't ibang application? It can be para mas matagal yung mga food spoilage, for food longevity, or kaya naman talagang required na, for example, ice cream. So, kahit magtagal siya ng isang araw, kung hindi naman siya frozen, hindi na siya ice cream, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, meron tayong required na temperature na need i-maintain and different application ng refrigeration system. So, that is for food. But there are a lot other applications that requires refrigeration system, like for medical, pharmaceutical, industrial. So, you as a mechanical engineering student, since one of our part of the subject is design projects, you have to think of a topic where you can apply all the topics that we will discuss throughout the semester. So while we are discussing, bale side by side or simultaneous nyo ginagawa yung inyong design project na. So I am sure that after this lecture, marami na kayong maiisip na topic kung ano yung mga maiisip ninyo for your design project. Okay? Okay, so next is the heat pump. So this heat pump is a device that transfers heat from a cooler area to a warmer one. And then next we have the cooling load, the amount of heat energy that must be removed to maintain a desired temperature. So when we say cooling load, so for example, yun, inipinasok mo doon sa refrigerator yung cup ng coffee mo. So ibig sabihin, yung heat that is transferred from the coffee, the heat transfer from, for example, pinasok mo siya at 30 degrees Celsius and then kinuha mo siya at 5 degrees. So, ibig sabihin, the heat transfer, there is a change in temperature. Mas bumaba siya. So, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng heat transfer from 25. Para ma-compute mo siya is you have to compute the cooling load, or the heat transfer nung coffee na yon from 30 hanggang sa maging 5 degrees Celsius na siya. So, that's one example of the cooling load. So, application then for your design project is for you to compute, the heat load. So, you are going to compute the heat load, all heat load, kasi kailangan ninyo yung total heat load para ma-compute ninyo yung sa ton of refrigeration, which we also be discussing this coming weeks. So para ma-compute mo yung mga design considerations mo, so first is one of the things that you should do is to determine what are the sources of heat, ano yung amount of heat na napoproduce, no? So yun yung mga heat load natin. And this remaining four terms here is the component of the refrigeration system. So main component of the refrigeration system. So we have the evaporator, condenser, compressor, and the expansion valve. So what is the use of the evaporator? So when you say the evaporator, so this is the component where the refrigerant absorbs heat. Okay? So this is where the refrigerated space is connected. Kumbaga, yung heat transfer, or nung mga heat load, nung mga cooling load na nilagay mo doon, or mga substance or mga pagkain, kung refrigerator, itong refrigerated space na to, connected siya doon sa ating evaporator. Siya yung mag-absorb ng heat from the transferred heat galing dun sa mga nandoon sa refrigerated space. Or yung nandoon sa loob ng refrigerator para mas madali siya intindihin. And then the condenser, this is the component where the refrigerant releases heat naman. So after ng evaporator, papasok pa siya ng compressor. So compressor, the component that compresses the refrigerant, increasing the pressure and temperature. And then condenser is the component where the refrigerant releases heat. Then the expansion valve, wherein pinapababa niya na yung temperature pressure. The component that reduces the refrigerant's pressure before it enters the evaporator. So those are the main or some of the terminologies here. So for components, the evaporator, condenser, compressor, and expansion valve. So next is we have the Carnot refrigeration cycle. So I know that you already are familiar with the Carnot cycle, but we're talking about the refrigeration cycle. Refrigeration system, this is the reverse. Kasi when we say Carnot cycle, so this is more on work output. So merong heat added, and that heat added dun sa working fluid causing the turbine blades to rotate and produce work output. So dito naman, instead of sa heating, so this one is cooling naman. So reverse talaga siya. So bale, in here, the idealized or Carnot cycle, take note na magkaiba yung Carnot cycle sa reverse Carnot cycle. So if we're talking about the refrigeration system, so that is based on the Carnot refrigeration cycle or the reverse Carnot cycle. Is that clear? Okay. So when we say Carnot cycle, take note that this Carnot cycle in this first bullet, so that is Carnot refrigeration cycle or reverse Carnot cycle. So the idealized cycle for refrigeration system consisting of the isothermal expansion, adiabatic compression, isothermal compression, and adiabatic expansion. So those are the processes involved in the Carnot refrigeration cycle. So the same process, magkabaliktad lang yan. Baliktad yung ikot. And then for Carnot coefficient of performance. So in the steam cycle, gas cycles, for you to be able to obtain the efficiency, so what you will do is to compute for the work over heat added. So since this is a reverse cycle, so in order for you to get the performance of the refrigeration system, hindi na efficiency yung term natin doon, kundi coefficient of performance. So in order for you to get the coefficient of performance, is you have to measure the refrigeration system's efficiency, defined as the ratio of heat removed to work input. So take note, baka malito nga naman kayo dito. Heat removed to work input. So yung heat removed natin dito is the heat removed from the substance. Clear ba? Hindi yung heat removed sa condenser. Malinaw ba? Is that clear? So para mas malinaw, yung coefficient of performance natin is the heat added sa evaporator divided by the work input sa compressor natin. Is that clear? So QA over work, yung COP natin. But in terms of the gas cycles, steam cycles, if we're going to compute for the thermal efficiency, so that is work over QA. But in here, for COP, that is reverse, So for you to get the COP, coefficient of performance, you need to get the Q added, divided by the work. So ano yung sinasabi natin dito? Kasi ang base dito sa atin, baka malito kayo, Kalagay kasi dito is remove, So kung titingnan natin to, yung heat remove sa cold medium. So yung sa kape natin kanina, heat remove doon sa coffee at doon sa mga heat loads na nandoon sa refrigerated space. Yun yung heat remove na tinatawag natin. So heat remove siya sa cold medium, but that is heat added sa evaporator. So you can see papasok siya sa evaporator. So that is a heat transfer from the cold medium to the evaporator. So now it is heat added na doon sa evaporator. So that's QA over work. Is that clear? So next is the different explanation of the diagram natin. So we have the isothermal expansion process. As you can see, we have constant temperature process at state point 1 to 2. So meron tayong constant temperature L at low temperature. As you can see, entropy increases from S1 to S2. And the description is that the refrigerant absorbs heat from the low temperature reservoir at constant temperature, resulting in an increase in entropy. And then for adiabatic compression, process 2 to 3, temperature increases. As you can see, 2 to 3 is a compression process sa compressor. No? So increases from TL to TH. So there is also increase in pressure. Kasi if there's an increase in pressure, there's also increase in temperature. So the refrigerant is compressed adiabatically, meaning there is no exchange heat with the surroundings. So the temperature rises while entropy remains unchanged. So next naman is the isothermal compression process at state point 3 to 4 sa condenser natin. So in here, nagkakaroon ng lowering of entropy, bumababa yung entropy natin at constant temperature. So there is a constant TH, and there is a decrease in entropy. So the refrigerant is now, releases heat to the high temperature reservoir at constant temperature, leading to a decrease in entropy. And then last process natin is adiabatic expansion in the turbine, which is process 4 to 1. So from here, there is a decrease in TH over TL. No? So from state point 4 to 1, so bumaba yung temperature natin doon. Okay? So there is no change in entropy since adiabatic expansion tayo doon. And then the refrigerant expand adiabatically, which lower the temperature while entropy remains unchanged. So those are the processes involved in the Carnot cycle. Do you have any question? So mas maintindihan ninyo kung saan galing yung ating other refrigeration system if we discuss the next cycle, yung next type of refrigeration system. So all of the refrigeration system was based on this Carnot cycle. So yung Carnot refrigeration cycle, this is an ideal cycle. So walang gumagana na ganito. So bale, there is a modification that is made from this Carnot cycle, kaya meron tayong mga refrigeration system ngayon. So in here, instead of the use of turbine, yung ginagamit in real life is the use of expansion valve. So mainly because that as you can see doon sa turbine natin, sa turbine natin, kita nyo ba kung ano yung state, ano yung phase ng refrigerant na papasok sa ating turbine? So based on the steam cycle, thermodynamics to ata ninyo yun. Ano ba dapat yung phase ng working fluid na pumapasok sa turbine? Na-discuss nyo na ang steam cycle, tama ba? Pa-thumbs up na ako. Yun, no? So, based from the steam cycle, so meron ng component doon, which includes a boiler, the turbine or the steam turbine, the condenser, and the pump. Diba? So, ano yung phase or ano yung state nung working fluid na pumapasok sa turbine? Dapat. Kasi, di ba, yung nagkakaroon pa tayo ng reheating para maiwasan yung moisture sa turbine blades, no? Para mas pinapababa pa yung moisture content. So, mas pinapataas yung quality, nire-reheat pa. So, as you can see, based on this, nung na-reverse cycle siya, kasi para makuha yung function na makapagpalamig, yung idea na makapagpalamig, yung turbine natin, it will not serve its function. Actually, ganun din yung evaporator natin. Yung compressor pala natin eh. Kung titingnan nyo, yung compressor, papasok sa compressor natin is wet mixture. Ano bang kinocompress natin? Diba? Pure vapor. Ibig sabihin, dapat sa evaporator natin, ang lalabas sa kanya is saturated vapor. And then yung papasok sa turbine natin should be vapor. But in this case, liquid siya. So masisira yung ating turbine. So that's why nagkaroon ng modification para nag-base, para makapag-develop ng refrigeration system na gumagana talaga siya in real life. Is that clear? Malinaw ba tayo doon? So, next is the key characteristics. So, again, as you can see, meron tayong dalawang type lang ng process doon. So, you have the isothermal and the adiabatic processes involved. So, understanding the diagram, the area enclosed within the cycle, dito sa atin, ito, represents the work, input doon sa refrigeration system. So, yung area enclosed doon, if you compute it, that is equivalent to the work input or work done by the refrigeration cycle. So the Carnot cycle is idealized and serves as a theoretical benchmark for real refrigeration system. Kasi doon nga tayo nag-base ng imo-modify. So nandoon na yung thought na kaya mo magpalamig below the surrounding temperature. But ano yung mga component na nandoon that will not serve the function or mas magpapamahal? So with instead of the use of the turbine, pinalitan siya ng expansion valve, which we will discuss kapag nasa standard vapor compression cycle na tayo. So we'll discuss all the modifications made in the Carnot cycle before it becomes the standard vapor compression cycle with the use of expansion valve. No? So understanding the diagram, yan na yun. So diagram summary natin. So again, we have the isothermal expansion at process 1 to 2 absorbs heat with constant entropy, with increasing entropy, adiabatic compression, compressing without heat transfer, increasing temperature. Isothermal compression 3 to 4, ito yung sa condenser natin that release heat to the surrounding. That decreases the entropy. And we have the adiabatic expansion 4 to 1, expanding without heat transfer, decreasing temperature. So this diagram illustrates the cyclical nature of the Carnot refrigeration cycle and helps visualize how temperature and entropy change through each process. So next is ito yung COP natin na tinutukoy. So this is the coefficient of performance for Carnot refrigeration cycle. So to calculate the COP of a Carnot refrigeration system, you will need the temperature of the cold and hot reservoir. So kailangan nyo lang ng temperature. Kung makikita nyo, doon lang siya sa baba. Yung baba or the temperature at the evaporator and temperature at the condenser. So if you're dealing with the coefficient of performance for Carnot refrigeration cycle, then you need the two temperature, the high and low temperature. So T cold is the temperature of the cold reservoir or the evaporator, and then T hot is the temperature of the hot reservoir. So yung cold reservoir natin at temperature, yun yung minemaintain doon sa refrigerated space. So our problem statement, can you please read this, Avniel? Problem statement.
Yung simula po given. Yung Problem statement given, the temperature of the cold reservoir is 5 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the hot reservoir is 35 degrees Celsius. Calculate the COP of the Carnot refrigeration cycle.
Okay. So I'll give you 3 minutes to solve this. So take note that the temperature must be converted first into Kelvin or an absolute value. If in English, it should be converted into Rankine. Kapag ka naman SI, it should be converted into Kelvin first. Kasi mag-iiba yung value niya pag hindi nyo na-convert. So make sure to always convert it into absolute temperature value. So I'll give you 3 minutes to solve. You can type here in our in-call messages. Okay. Walang unit yan, unitless. So since kung mapapansin nyo, Kelvin yung unit sa taas, Kelvin yung unit sa baba. So COP is unitless. So convert the temperature into Kelvin. We are going to use 273.15 to convert. And then we will obtain 9.2717. 4 decimal places for the final answer. If it's not the final answer pa, you have to use the exact value. So pag final answer, doon lang tayo nagpa 4 decimal places. Is that clear? Clear ba yon? Okay, so yun pa lang naman yung magiging part na may computation. So yun, again, bago magkaroon ng modification from Carnot to standard vapor compression cycle, madami yung maging discussion pa. So here are the systems and practices natin. So for systems and practices, meron tayo ditong types of refrigeration systems. We have the single-stage system, multi-stage, vapor compression system, and absorption system. So when we say single-stage, from the word itself single, so one compressor and evaporator. Okay, so these are suitable for moderate cooling needs. So for multi-stage system naman, this is used for multi-stage compression and expansion for very low temperature or high pressure requirements. So for vapor compression system, the most common is using the vapor compression cycle to transfer heat. And then absorption system naman is use heat and an absorbent like lithium bromide to drive the refrigeration cycle. So this one is useful where electrical power is limited. So these are the several types of refrigeration system. So meron tayong standard vapor compression cycle and that is under single stage na. So one compressor and one evaporator. So for multi-stage, nagkakaroon tayong multi-compressor and multi-evaporator. So what are these best practices na sinatawag natin? So sometimes if the best practices is not required, minsan hindi siya ginagawa kasi additional expense, no? Kaya nagkakaroon ng mga standards, key standards that must be complied in order to make it required. Kasi for example, yung maintenance, hindi naman siya required, so minsan hindi siya ginagawa. Which is, saka na lang may isip na mahalaga if ever that worst case may mangyari. So design and refrigerant management. So maintenance, so you should regularly inspect and maintain the refrigeration system. So this is crucial for optimal performance. And for the design, efficient system design minimizes energy consumption and operational costs. And then for refrigerant management, proper handling and recycling to prevent leaks and environmental damage. Okay? So those are the best practices. So ito naman is madidiscuss pa natin later on. So madami pa dito ng mga key codes and standards na kailangan tandaan if you are in the refrigeration system field. So we have here the components and equipment. So identify and understand the function of major components in a refrigeration system. So meron tayong refrigerant types, common refrigerant, and their properties. So R22, R134A, and R410A. So meron tayong major components like compressors and evaporators, condensers, expansion valves, and heat exchangers. So for auxiliary equipment, we have pumps, fans, and controls. And then for key components natin, we have the compressor, condenser, evaporator, expansion valve, receiver, dryer, and accumulator. So this is the function of the compressor. So kanina din, meron tayong na-discuss sa compressor dun sa ating Carnot cycle. So it increases refrigerant pressure and temperature. Condenser natin removes heat from the refrigerant. Evaporator natin absorbs heat and evaporates the refrigerant. And then expansion valve regulates refrigerant flow into the evaporator. So for receiver dryer, stores refrigerant and removes moisture. And then for accumulator, prevents liquid refrigerant from entering the compressor. So those are the main and key components. So some of these are in the standard vapor compression cycle, and then the other is in other refrigeration system like absorption system. So mas maintindihan nyo naman lahat ng yan kapag nadidiscuss na natin yung mga systems na yon. But ito is a mga overview of the refrigeration system pa lang. So here are the several applications of the refrigeration system. So pwede kayo dito mag-base ng inyong design project paano kayo mamimili ng topic, saan kayo magbe-base, ano yun. So ibig sabihin, in here, we have the different applications. So meron tayong food, cooling, and storage, you have refrigerated transport, food, beverage, and floral application, you have industrial application, and meron tayong cryogenic or low temperature application. So those are the different applications of the refrigeration system. So for food, cooling, and storage, importance of refrigeration in preserving food quality and safety. So yun, prolonging spoilage of food. So commercial refrigeration units include refrigerator and freezers used in various commercial settings. How about blast chillers? It rapidly lower the temperature of food to ensure safety and quality. How about for refrigerated transport? So these are the challenges and solutions for maintaining temperature during transportation. So refrigerated trucks and containers maintain temperature for perishable goods during transit. And for food, beverage, and floral application, we have specialized refrigeration needs for different products. So iba sa food and beverage, iba kapag ka-floral. So yun yung natin kapag sa design projects. You have to identify ano yung application. So ano yung required temperature para sa application na yun. Yun yung isa dun sa kailangan din na alamin ninyo. So for food and beverage, used in processing, storage, and distribution. Tapos in floral naman, specialized systems to keep flowers fresh during transport and storage. And then for industrial application, refrigeration in manufacturing and process industries. So we have here the process cooling, critical for temperature-sensitive process in industries such as plastics and pharmaceutical. And then for low temperature application naman, with the use of cryogenics and ultra-low temperature storage, ito yung kapag sobrang baba na ng required, as in sobrang baba ng required temperature. So for cryogenics involves extremely low temperature for applications like superconductors, and then yung deep freezing natin used for preserving food and scientific research. So we have here sample case studies that discusses the different applications with the specific project. So for example, here in food, cooling, and storage, meron Walmart energy efficient refrigeration system. So we have here the description, key details, and the reference. If you can check, if for example, etong nandito, mga case studies for the applications, pwede kayo mag-search ng other application para mas maintindihan din ninyo siya. So I will leave you this as a reading material na lang, itong mga case study for refrigerated transport, industrial application, and low temperature application. So most of this was discussed din naman kanina, but this is more detailed example. So please read this part, page 7 and 8. Is that clear? Any question? Okay. So kanina nabanggit natin yung mga best practices like maintenance, sa design, ano pa yung isa? Sa refrigerant management. So hindi naman siya gagawin if hindi siya required. Mostly, kung responsible yung company, possible gagawin talaga to minimize the losses. But to ensure that the worst case will not happen, so nagkakaroon tayo ng codes and standards, practices, that have, the governing refrigeration system, standard governing refrigeration system. So here are the key codes and standards. It can be from ASHRAE, meron tayo from ISO, we have IEC, and we have from EPA. So from ASHRAE, or the American Society of Heating, Refrigerating, and Air Conditioning Engineers. So this provides standards for design, operation, and maintenance of refrigeration system. So pwede natin, some of those are the ASHRAE 15 and ASHRAE 34 for detail. So we will present several examples related in the refrigeration system for these key codes and standards. So for ISO naman, which is the International Organization for Standardization, this offers international standards such as ISO 5149 for safety and environmental requirements. So next naman is for IEC, we have the International Electrotechnical Commission. This covers electrical safety standards. So we have IEC 60335-2-40. And then for EPA, we have the Environmental Protecting Agency. This regulates refrigerants and their environmental impacts. So key regulations include the Clean Air Act and Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program. So what are the impact of standards on the design and operation of the refrigeration systems? Hindi naman siya gagamitin kung hindi naman siya mahalaga, ano? So what is the impact of the standards, key standards, ano, and codes? So standards plays a crucial role in shaping the design, operation, and maintenance of refrigeration system. So, itong mga standards naman na to, ano yung mga codes, hindi lang naman siya applicable sa, kumbaga, merong specifically applicable sa refrigeration system, pero dahil nga problems ano ay hindi lang naman dito kundi sa lahat ng field, ano, kahit pa for example sa school, ano, so meron pa din mga standards doon na kailangan sundin. So ibig sabihin yung standardization hindi lang siya sa refrigeration system, so halos sa lahat siya, ano. So they ensure that systems are safe, efficient, and environmentally friendly. So by providing guidelines and requirements, standards help manufacturers, designers, and operators achieve consistency and reliability across various refrigeration applications. Okay, so what is the impact of the standard in the design consideration? So design consideration, it has something to do with the safety, efficiency standard, and the environmental standards. In terms of safety standard, can you please read this purpose, the key standard, and the impact of Russell, Mark?
Purpose. Safety standards ensure that refrigeration systems are designed to minimize risk to operators, consumers, and the environment. Key standards. ASHRAE 15 provides safety standards for refrigeration systems, including requirements for ventilation, leak detection, and refrigerant handling. ISO 5149 focuses on safety and environmental requirements for refrigeration systems, including design, installation, and maintenance practices. Impact. These standards help in designing systems that prevent accidents such as refrigerant leaks or fires and ensure safe operation under various conditions.
Okay. So that is under safety standards. Ano, so meron tayo ditong example which is ASHRAE 50 and ISO 5149. So you also have to search all this, ano, para if you're going to do your design project, alam mo kung ano yung pagbabasehan mo in terms of the safety standards, ano. So meron pa ding ibang key standards that are aligned or under safety. So dapat din lahat ng mga yon is ma-address. Ano. So yun naman ay, kumbaga, for example, nag-design ka tapos for operation talaga siya. So madaming pagdadaanan, ano. Okay, so what is the impact, ano, of these standards or key standards? So it helps in designing systems that prevent accidents such as refrigerant leaks or fires and ensure safe operation under various conditions. So may iwasan na yung mga ganon instances because of those standards. So how about this efficiency standard, January Paul? Can you please read the purpose, the key standard, and the impact?
Purpose. Efficiency standard aim to enhance the energy performance of refrigeration system, reducing operational cost and environmental impact. Key standards specifies energy performance requirements for buildings, including refrigeration system to improve energy efficiency. Certifies refrigeration equipment that meets high energy efficiency standards. Impact. Efficient design reduce energy consumption, lower utility bills, and decrease greenhouse gas emissions.
Okay, so those are the standards under efficiency standard. We have the ASHRAE 90.1 and EPA Energy Star. Yung impact of having this standard is to reduce energy consumption. So kung mapapansin nyo, doon sa mga nagbebenta 'di ba, ng mga refrigerator. So nakalagay na doon, nakakapit na doon yung mga coefficient of performance, nakakapit doon yung mga numbers. So again, COP is greater than or is always greater than 1 dapat. So matataas na yung COP, ibig sabihin, it's either malaki yung QA, na kayang i-remove or malaki yung space pagbaba ng work input. So those are the key standards under efficiency. How about the next one? For the environmental standard, can you please read this, Ashley?
Hello. Environmental standards address the impact of refrigeration systems on the environment, particularly concerning refrigerants and emissions. Key standards: Montreal Protocol, international treaty to phase out ozone-depleting substances, including certain refrigerants. F-gas regulation, or EU, regulates fluorinated greenhouse gases, including refrigerants, to reduce their impact on global warming. Impact: compliance with these standards promotes the use of eco-friendly refrigerants and technologies, minimizing the environmental footprint of refrigeration systems.
Okay, so for the environmental standard, so this is more on eco-friendly refrigerants and technologies. So mostly, ayun nga, naulit natin kanina that yung ibang refrigerant na ginagamit before, parang pinagbabawal na siya ngayon. And although harmful pa din naman yung mga nagagamit na refrigerant nowadays, but kailangan may proper handling, no? So maiwasan yung mga leaks. So compliance with the standards promotes the use of eco-friendly refrigerants. So napapag-aralan din natin what are the types of refrigerants na hindi na pasok dun sa mga global warming potential, the ODP, and all that under environmental protection. So next is the operational condition. Can you please read this, Dave, Simon? Okay, so as you can see, sunod-sunod na yan, no? Kapag magagawa kayo ng design project. So it started with the design consideration, so operational consideration, so maintenance and operation, so performance testing. So lahat ng yan dapat part yan ng inyong design project. Not just the design itself, but all parts, which includes the operational consideration. So the purpose of the maintenance and operation is it leads to proper system maintenance, reducing the risk of failures and extending the lifespan. Okay. So about the performance testing, Warren.
Performance testing. Purpose. Standards for performance testing verify that refrigeration systems must meet design specification and operate as intended. The key standards are ARIS Standard 540 and ISO 17025. ARIS Standard 540 provides test procedures and performance requirements for refrigeration systems, while the ISO 17025 general requirements for the competence of testing and calibration laboratories. Impact. Performance testing ensures that system operates efficiently and meet performance claims, leading to reliable and effective refrigeration solutions.
Okay, so in terms of the performance system, this ensures yung mga standards natin or key standards ensures that systems operate efficiently and meet performance claims, leading to reliable and effective refrigeration solution. Kaya nga, for example, each component, di ba? Kapag titingin kayo sa market, merong mga specification or spec. So, chine-check din siya kung talagang tama yung nasa specification table ng mga equipment before siya ipagbenta or before siya gamitin. So, ganun yung standard under refrigeration system. Okay? So, meron tayo for performance testing din. And then next, we have the certification and compliance. So, hindi basta susunod, no? So, sinusunod siya because of the certification and compliance that kailangan, for operation. Can you please read this, John Jeremy?
Sorry, ano po ulit?
Can you please read the certification and compliance, the purpose, key standard, and impact?
Purpose, certification and compliance standards verify that refrigeration systems and components meet specific quality and safety criteria. Key standards, UL Underwriters Laboratories provides safety certifications for refrigeration equipment. CE Marketing indicates that the product meets EU safety, health, and environmental requirements. Impact certification ensures that products are safe, reliable, and compliant with regulatory requirements, facilitating market access and consumer trust.
Okay. So, certification and compliance, we have the UL or Underwriters Laboratories and CE Marketing European conformity. So, this indicates that a product meets EU safety, health, and environmental requirements. So this certifications and compliance ensures that products are safe, reliable, and compliant with regulatory requirement, facilitating market access and consumer trust. So those are under operation, operation and operational consideration. So next, meron tayo ditong example of standards impacting design and operation in an actual na. So for example, sa supermarket refrigeration system, we are to follow ASHRAE 15 and ISO 5149, which guides the design of supermarket refrigeration system to ensure safety and efficiency. And in terms of operation, we have energy efficiency standard that impacts operational practices by encouraging the use of energy-saving technologies. Okay? So next is for under industrial refrigeration. Compliance with ASHRAE 90.1 ensures that industrial refrigeration systems are designed to minimize energy use. And then in its operation, performance and testing standards like RA 540, so it verifies that systems meet operational performance criteria, ensuring reliability in demanding industrial environments. Okay? So next is for the refrigerated transport. So environmental standards, including the F-gas regulation, influence the choice of refrigerant use in refrigerated transport. So operation maintenance standards ensure that transport refrigeration systems are serviced regularly, preventing breakdowns and maintaining temperature control during transit. So those are the examples of key standards and how it is being used and its importance in design and operation for different application of refrigeration system. Okay. So as for our conclusion, can you please read this, Claudine Alvarez?
Standards significantly impact the design and operation of refrigeration systems by ensuring safety, efficiency, and environmental responsibility. They provide a framework for designing systems that are reliable and effective, guide operational practices to maintain system performance, and influence choice of technologies and refrigerants. Adherence Ensuring these standards helps in achieving high-quality refrigeration solutions that meet regulatory requirements and industry best practices.
Okay, may birthdayhan ata kina Claudine, no? Video okay ata doon. Okay. So, for refrigeration system. So, madami yan in any other field pa. So, yung syempre, ang focus natin is the key standards, focusing on this refrigeration system because this is what we needed, sa subject natin. And for you, then, on how you're going to deal with your design project. So, kita nyo, the step, design pa lang, marami na need i-follow. Okay? So, any question regarding this? May tanong ba? Clarification? Question? So, ito naman, bale, meron pa tayong additional na, dito, terminologies of refrigeration system. Yan, hindi siya ma-open, pero you can download it naman, no? Hindi ma-open. Ito pala. Yan, So, all of this are the key terminologies of refrigeration system. Iilan naman yan, so make sure to read this before going to our face-to-face class next week. Do you have any question?
Wala po.
Wala na po.
Wala po.
Wala po.
Okay, question, clarification?
Wala na po.
Wala po.
None po.
Okay. So, ayan. See you next week in our face-to-face class. And then for the remaining time na meron tayo, matatapos nyo yung terminologies of refrigeration system. So, if wala nang tanong, goodbye everyone. And see you next week.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.